When he came into office, he said, we will stop these military interventions of the United States in the Americas. And he did so. His vision was, we'll be a lot more secure ourselves if we have collective security in our region. So the idea of a sphere of security is a great power arrangement where the great powers say we won't step over the red lines of other great powers to avoid global conflict, something the United States blatantly violated in the case of pushing NATO enlargement to Ukraine and to Georgia. But the good neighbor policy says that is not a license for Russia to run Ukraine or to run Georgia any more than it's a license for the United States to run Mexico or to overthrow the government of Venezuela, which is what Trump is trying to do right now. So these are the two principles I would like. Non-intervention by great powers in the neighborhoods of other great powers so that we don't blow up the world, but also saying to the great powers, you are not a bully in your hemisphere. You have no right of military intervention. You have no right to do exactly what Trump is doing right now in Venezuela, which is explicitly to destabilize Venezuela for the purpose of overthrowing a government. That should not prevail. It's against the UN Charter, and my view is it's against U.S. security. Yes, we can do all sorts of things, but does it lead to good results? No. When you look at the lessons of Lindsay O'Rourke's wonderful study, you find out that these regime change operations typically are disasters. Yes, maybe a government is overthrown, but what comes next? Typically, civil war, unrest, mass migration, economic collapse. In other words, this doesn't produce something stable. It produces something unstable that can then actually escalate into a new regional or global disorder. So the idea of meddling, overthrowing governments, declaring oneself under the Trump corollary as a bully of the hemisphere, it's not in America's own interest, much less the interests of the target countries.